Yo, friends! Welcome back to the channel. NiceToReevU here, back at it again with another Marvel Legends review. Today, we are finally finishing off this wave, the Gamerverse 2020 Abomination wave. And in this review, we have the Abomination. So, get ready you guys, let's review. Oh, you guys, we finally have all of the pieces here, which is quite exciting. We got all the reviews done, and I can't wait to build this guy up, you guys. Pretty good stuff. So, we're just gonna start and build this guy right away here. We do have both of the legs, which came with Iron Man and Leader, respectively. Great figures. Go check out the reviews. We do have the arms that came with Mar-Vell and Rage. Also, one of the first two that I've done in this wave. Also, that body coming with Ms.Marvel. One of the biggest pieces, and that head coming with Mach 1. Pretty great stuff, you guys. Now that we have all of the pieces here, why don't we just go ahead and put this bad boy together, shall we? Starting with the head. So we're just gonna pop this bad boy on there. As you can see, it's just that ball joint there. I kind of wish it was a ball hinge joint, but I can see what they were aiming for here. Putting on the legs, as you can see. Quite easy to put them on, not too hard. Just push him on there with a little bit force. See, he's already standing quite huge already. That's what she said. But yeah, just portioning the arms here. And then we'll take a closer look at all of the articulations. Oh, this already starting to look so good. Boom! Here he is, all built up, you guys, and I just have to say, woo! He's really good. I really love this figure. He's 100%. I'm glad I got this wave. So we'll take a look at articulation points and then size comparisons. Alright, you can just see how tall this guy stands already, but he has 24 whopping points of articulation. I did think the slit in the waist was an articulation point, but no, that's not the case, you guys. I just can't get mine to move. If you can get yours to move, let me know in the comments below. His head does rest on that ball joint, not a hinge joint, a ball joint. We do have the butterfly joints as well, and that shoulder hinge joint on both the shoulders. The slit in both of the bicep areas, as well as the single jointed elbows like all Build-A-Figures, and the hinge joint in the wrist. We do have that slit on the upper diaphragm for that pivot movement, as well as the hinge joints in the pelvic area, the slits in both of the thighs, the double jointed knees, and the slits in the calf area, as well as the hinge joints in the ankles. His head resting on that ball joint, giving him quite a bit of movement. Abomination can look his left about that much, as well as being able to look his right that far. In terms of looking up and down, our Abomination can look up about that high and look down this low, but looking down that low gives him this gap behind the neck that could be bothersome to view. Alright, and let's not forget about that head pivoting, but he can just do the whole 360 spin. Kind of creepy, if you ask me. But a lot of movement here. Very free articulation. And with his arms stretched out as far as he can go, you can clearly see there's 5 points of articulation here. And yes, I do count that butterfly joint as a part of articulation in the arms, because it moves more for the arms than it does for the body. So we do have that butterfly joint, as well as that hinge joint in the shoulder, that slit going across the bicep for swivel action, the single jointed elbow, and the hinge joint in the wrist. Taking a closer look at these butterfly joints, as you can see, they can hinge inward that much and hinge outward that much, which is pretty good. You got a lot of good articulation here. Because of these spikes, Abomination can only raise his arms about that high. We do have that slit in the bicep for that swivel action, and it moves really good. This figure has really clean articulation. The single jointed elbow in each arm, bending this high, and which is pretty good for a single jointed elbow, bends quite good. And I'm stuck. We got the hinge joint in the wrist, hinging up that high, and hinging down this low. With that 360 swivel, yo. Alright, taking a look at the body, we do have that slit in the upper diaphragm. Raising up his arms just so we can get some movement here. He can swivel right about that much, and swivel left about that much. He can actually just do that 360 swivel, I think, but I don't really want to try. I don't have a lot of room. Like I said, it is resting on that ball joint, so he can just kind of pivot from side to side all around about. A little bit of clicking here, just a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty good. Now that slit in the waist, I just can't get this to move. I don't know if you guys can get, I'm not even sure if it's supposed to move. If it can, if you guys can get yours to move, like I said, let me know in the comments below. I just can't get this thing to move. Already has 6 points of articulation, the hinge here, the slit here, as well as the double joints here in the knee area, as well as a slit here, and a hinge joint in the ankle area. Alright, taking a quick look, the Abomination can kick forward about that high, as well as being able to kick back about that far. He has the slits in the thighs, allowing for that swivel action, inward and out. And like I said, this is just very smooth articulation. I just love the articulation on this guy. The double jointed knees, allowing his legs to bend about that much, which is quite good. And that slit right above the hinge joints in the ankle area, giving us that 360 spin in both legs. Alright, we got that hinge joint in the ankle, hinging down that low, which is quite low, and hinging up this high, which is also quite high. And let's not forget about that ankle pivot going from left and right, or right and left, sorry. And he can also do the splits about this far apart, which is quite impressive for a Build-A-Figure. Alright, now it's that time for the size comparisons. We do have the Gamerverse Abomination right next to the MCU Mark Ruffalo Hulk Build-A-Figure. As you can see, he's just a little bit bigger than Hulk. Now we have the Abomination right next to Cull Obsidian, basically same size. Here is the Gamerverse Abomination right next to the MCU 2015 Build-A-Figure Ant-Man, Giant Man. And here is the one of the Build-A-Figures that I have reviewed and built on my channel here, Thanos. And thanks to my brother CJ, I was able to get this guy. Now, my brother CJ was the one who built this one and collected him, and he just gave him to me because I had Alpha Flight. And my brother, being the comic nerd he is, he knows all about that, and he just educated me a little bit more on it. So thank you, CJ, for this Sasquatch. Alright, with the Abomination now in my collection, I have 13 Build-A-Figures, you guys. These are all 13 Build-A-Figures that I've collected over the years. I've had fun doing it, and I do plan on getting more, and I'm excited to see what they do release in the future. Okay, you guys, that about does it for this video, and wraps up this wave. I really enjoyed doing this wave. My top 3 would have to be number 3 being Mach 1, number 2 being Captain America. I'm a little biased on that though. And then number 3 being the Abomination, of course. Really loving that figure, really loving this wave, and I'm so glad I got it. I did get this wave at Northman Collectibles, and I highly recommend it if you are Canadian. These guys are just really good, and they're just really amazing at what they do. But with all that being said, I hope you guys liked it. Hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Leave a comment if you will. You guys know the drill. I am out of here. Peace out.